Oh, we got Rolly in the house. Who else is in the house from Ecuador? This will be a little fun event here. Don't Quit Persevere's in the house. Good to see you. Hope things are going well for you. Do not give unto your baby mama. The more nice and you give to her, the more she's going to use it against you. Keep boundaries very, very strong. You got to. My attorney told me that in the beginning. You can't be nice, you get the same result. So hold your boundaries. Do not give money unless you're able to see your daughter or have a relationship outside of whatever you can give or not give, right? But that's where we're at today. It's a Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Friday is a great day. It's used to be a wonderful breather for me, even going through what I went through, because I knew my attorney office wasn't open on a Friday. And so I could, if I didn't hear back, I could be, I get through the weekend all right. Saifu is in the house. You know what I should do to honor Saifu? I should have, I don't know if you were eating oatmeal or yogurt the other day, but I should do that too. I thought it was very genuine and yeah, it was good. Anyhow, I hope you're doing good. Always appreciate your comments, everybody's comments actually. And that's where we're at. What are your plans for the weekend? Anybody doing anything fun? It's hot as hell out here where I'm at. But tomorrow, I'm going to go ride Park City. I'm going to do about 20 miles up in the mountains. About 10, it'll probably be about 85 degrees, so I'm pretty happy about that. My wife will be here tomorrow. She is a genuine fake. As long as you're happy, brother. Jedi Dark Force, you have no idea how fast women age these days because of the fake up. They look like old mushrooms. Well said. Edgar Villa, my work schedule, we get Thursday through Saturday off. Well, absolutely. Good for you. Take your time and enjoy life. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there as well. We'll see what happens on Sunday. Now, here's what I wanted to talk about. Filters, fillers, and fake up, and why it ruins women. This is interesting. Let's just talk about fillers. I don't know how much you guys have seen the fillers. It livens up the face. It it plumps up. It plumps up around the areas where there were wrinkles or it's sagging or whatever. But you know what the reality of those fillers are? If they look at the long-term effects, it weakens the face muscles. It causes swallowing and lymphatic issues in the future. It's not good. But the biggest thing it does is it depending on how much they put into it, some can get off very conservative and look okay. You might not know, but a lot of them overdo it. And with those fillers, it has massive amounts of drawbacks in the future. It literally weakens the face muscles. So they're getting a temporary fix, but they're going to have long-term issues, right? That's what fillers do. MGTOW Absolute Knowledge is in the house doing work stuff. Good for you. Soon I will have a perfect combination of beauty and silence in my presence, says Saifu. Good for you. All women these days are stuck up. Not all, majority. We got Lisa from Kansas City in the house. Good to have you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, and thank you. Could you please define those terms? A filler is something that is injected into the face to make the face appear, I don't know, more moist, more smooth, more vibrant, and so forth. And it's done around, cheek muscles and things like that. Just kind of fluffs up the face a little. And it doesn't look bad if it's done conservatively. However, the drawbacks is what happens. It weakens the face. It causes weakened muscles in the future. So it's a temporary fix for a permanent issue. And so why do they do it? Well, fillers are huge now. Everywhere I go, there's a billboard driving down the road. Get fillers, get Botox. And it's the whole homogenous society of a hive-minded thinking that women have to look a certain way and act a certain way and so forth. So that's the issue, right? That's what fillers do. Temporary fix for a permanent issue down the road. Now, it's funny. You also see filters, right? I won't even talk about Botox. They say Botox causes a lot of issues down the road that, because you have to keep injecting. Eventually your body's going to begin to, it's not going to always constantly work like it did in the beginning. Now in the beginning, and guys are getting fillers and Botox too. So this is just has not, and put filters on their faces, I hear. But this has a lot to do with why it ruins women. I believe the homogenous living and doing whatever other woman is doing is causing literally guys are looking at it and saying, man, you look like the last gal. I can't tell you how many lips I've seen that have been plumped up from 20-year-olds to 60-year-olds. And it doesn't look normal. Does it look normal? Scares in the house, a Chinese lady destroyed her face injecting cooking oil. Yeah. It just doesn't work. Facelifts sound risky as hell. Yeah, they got to cut the ears right here and pull that back, right? They tighten the skin. What happens as we age is our skin sags, our skin weakens. If you're a guy that doesn't take care of himself, you're going to have the same issue. Women's skin is obviously a lot softer and supple than men's skin, and it ages quicker. And that's why there's so many beauty products to help them maintain their elasticity of their face and so forth. But with this filler, they're trying to skirt that by allowing, the skin to look better and so forth, but it's having issues. Okay. The filters, where they take the filters and they literally, it's so transparent now. Everybody knows filters are everywhere, but yet people still use them like it's like normal. It's not normal. You do not look like a filtered picture. Saifu, as much as I love SCX, I refuse to participate in games or finance to get it. I have no time for useless entanglements. You're putting yourself first. T-Tox in the house. I'm convinced fake up is the main reason for the aging like milk. I think there is a very, very strong issue with that. George P. from England. Hey, Rob, what do you think about breast implants? I'm not a big breast guy. I've touched breast implants. My ex did not have them. Depends. That's pretty much par for the course now. I like natural. Now, let's talk about what RAD likes. I like a natural looking woman that uses very, very little makeup, that doesn't use fake eyelashes, that doesn't tattoo her eyebrows. I'm not a big, I could go either way on hair extensions. I love hair if they take good care of it. Mermaid hair with all of the massive amounts of extensions, that doesn't do a lot for me. But a nice groomed woman that maybe puts a couple, I don't care. But breast implants, I'm not a big fan of them. I'm, again, more natural. I don't care how big they are. That's just me. Now, some guys like them. And they're getting better and better with how they look. However, again, there's issues with breast implants. You're putting something foreign in your body, right? And that I know women that get them taken out because they cause pain and issues and so forth. But why are they doing all of this? They need to compete. There's a lot of self-esteem issues because most women are getting breast implants, eyelashes, fillers, Botox. Everyone's filtering their pictures, lips, and it doesn't help a woman's self-esteem because she's constantly keeping up with her competition, right? She doesn't get all of that for the man. She gets it for the women, for the majority of them. Jedi Dark Force, Kylie Jenner and lots of Instagram models have lots of fillers to have contours and more visible jawline, cheekbone. Absolutely. Guys, go on, do something this weekend. Go on Tinder. Just go from 18 to 30 and look at all of the same lip structure, fillers, eyelashes, filtered photos. And just look. You will be appalled. They look all the same. Wearing clown paint every day, says Black Pill Neo, will age you faster than smoking cigarettes. I agree with that. Very, very little makeup, like the Jennifer Aniston. I think she's pretty natural looking, looks very good. I'm talking the cake face, where they put so much foundation and coating that they do not look real. They look like a clown, and it's really sad. And I don't know if the Kardashians have really helped the cause, but I believe it's ruining women. The depression, the anxiety that they feel because they have to keep up and look a certain way and constantly changing. Now, the plastic surgery, they're getting Brazilian butt implants. They're getting even implants on their body. But that seems to be the major one: breast implants and the Brazilian butt. And then they're trying to fill up their bottom to look a little bit larger, I guess, with the small waist. But again, why are they doing it? What's going to happen? Robert R. says, go on live streams. Women are aging much faster, a lot younger with all the weed and drinking nowadays. That is the truth. Depression and anxiety and low self-esteem will age you very, very quickly. And that is why they turn to a lot of these enhancements. This is why they turn to alcohol. This is why they turn to, it just depresses them. They're not meant for that. Rad, have you watched Cobra Kai? Great show. None of this PC woke stuff. I've seen a couple deal, but you're right. I watch movies with my sons that don't have cell phones or computers in them. And I always ask them, what's different about this movie? There's no cell phone, Dad. Exactly. Right. Bo left in the house. Good to have you. Someone posted a video of plain women who look gorgeous in the phone filter. When I see a filtered woman, it just turns me off. It doesn't look, it's not right. And they posted just go on dating apps and look. Ask Timmy Kramer, or even the 50-year-olds. I've seen 55-year-olds. They don't look real. And they show up. I've seen a girl that was filtered and shows up, blown away by the difference. Terrible looking in public. Happy life. I like big asses. That's all right. That's all right. But a lot of women are filling their bottoms up. And, even with fillers. So, why are they doing that? Are they doing it for themselves or are they doing it for others? Timmy Kramer, The Boys Are Back in Town. Great song. Is that by Loverboy? Nick O, there is a hot Arab girlie with green eyes. Her makeup is light. Her hair is simple, and she is very sweet. She is not overly conspicuous, but that's what I like. Less is more. If you want to think about it, less is more. That's the type I like. Very little makeup, no fake eyelashes, just feminine in her own way, but not trying to compete with everyone in society. There's too much makeup going on. You know what? If you want to make a lot of money, get in the makeup and filler business, right? But the fillers have massive amounts of issues. Saifu, women do the minimum to get the bag right now. They do not have to think about tomorrow at all. Well, I think you're right. 98% of all women, there's a 1 to 2% that don't fit that category, but you're absolutely right. Happy life, go to meet me. Go to me. I don't know what that means. But we'll be there. Kay is in the house. Good to have you, Kay. Wearing makeup is so much effort anyway because it takes a long time to take it off at the end of the day. I was married to a gal that had to use all those alcohol pads at the end of the day, and she'd be in the mirror and taking it all off. It took her 45 minutes every morning just to put her makeup on. And she didn't wear a lot of makeup, my ex-wife. But still, what a chore. Philip Berry, I need butt implants. Wow. Be careful of what you wish for. They know there's a lot of simps and their number one commodity is their looks. Looks are very important, right? Ghost Princess, I think that filters are designed to brainwash women into thinking they are ugly. Ooh, I like that. The camera tells me my face is ugly, but my husband says I'm pretty. The filters are weird as fuck. It's brainwashing. That's a very interesting perspective. I didn't think about that, but I think you're right. Anything to make your picture. I remember like 3 years ago, I was watching YouTube and this girl comes on and talks about auto-tune. You can auto-tune with the click of a button and it changes your whole face and body and everything to make you look like 100 years younger. I thought to myself, people are actually using that. And guys on dating apps are using filters. That's how far the delusion has come. And then they show up, they're wrinkled, they don't look the same. I mean, come on. Anybody knows what filter is. Anybody. And yet it's so mainstream now, nobody cares. 20-year-olds filter. They don't need to filter. Good comment, Ghost Princess. Lisa Smith, money spent on makeup could be saved all year for a nice savings deposit or Christmas gifts. See, my daughter, when she was in her high school years, she bought this stuff called Naked Makeup. It was pretty expensive. That's all I know. And makeup and all the things for their hair. And, I get the fact that they need good conditioners and shampoos, but there's a lot of money spent on just for a woman to leave the house. That's a lot of pressure, right? I'm more of the natural look. If you're more of a natural look, great. But it seems like the trend seems to be this complete filler, filter, Botox, and it doesn't look good. And I can't imagine most guys think it looks good. They all look the same. The fish lips. You can tell. It looks like, I mean, every time I see a gal with those big lips, I think, I got to get my fishing pole ready. I want to go fishing. Gare, I've seen chicks who look good in filter but are horrible in real life. Well said. Me too. Timmy Kramer, men have two options, do the work himself or pay someone to do it. Women have three options, do the work herself or pay someone to do the work. And the third is get a man to do the work for her. And that's pretty easy these days. Women run, they can choose. They have all of the power to choose men. It doesn't matter what kind of men. Jedi Dark Force, guys just look at women under the age of 30. They're getting wrinkles, dark circles around the eyes, puffy under eye areas. They're aged much faster than our moms and grandmothers. I have noticed the aging very quick of even young 30-year-olds. They look like 40, 45, 42-year-olds look like 50, 45-year-olds look like 55-year-olds. The stress, the constant interference with technology, no one knows. The makeup, the competing, the no relationships, the lack of love between a couple, the nagging, you never know. It all weighs down on the body. Esther Villar, The Manipulated Man. Good book, Timmy. Chris Escandel, I do prefer the natural body of Latin women. We were blessed versus the silicone diapers that Kardashian women are promoting. That's funny. Well, Latin women have beautiful curves. Absolutely. And, they own their femininity. It's as simple as that. I think it's terrific. Carl's in the house. Happy Friday. No Giro girlfriend, no wife, no strife. You're going to have a good weekend on the East Coast. I second the big ass comment. Nothing wrong with a nice, big, fat ass. Disagreeable. Fake asses feel horrible. Only visually pleasing in clothes. Last time I was in Cabo, I saw this gal who had the most horrible scars from a Brazilian butt lift. It did not look good. The final product did not look good. Might look good in clothes, but it did not look good in a bikini. Interesting, disagreeable. It seems like they would feel horrible. I mean, how do they sit on silicone? It just would drive me nuts, right? Women have too many options to get 500 messages a day on social media, says Lone Wolf. You're right about that. Philip Berry. Matt Downer's in the house. Good to have you, brother. I think having breast implants should be too much a luxury item. I know gals that are going on their second or third breast implant because they last 7, 8 years and they get new ones. Now they're like 10 grand or 8 to 10 grand. They used to be like 4 or 5 grand. But, I saw that I was at the gym the other day, and she was a slender woman, about 60, but you knew she was 60, but she looked like her boobs were like age of a 25-year-old. And I just thought to myself, it doesn't reconcile the physical top to the neck and the face. There's just something odd. It's like a Honda Civic with like 20-inch 8 SUV tires. It just doesn't look right. How dare you? Let's go to Las Putas. Let's go to Las Putas. Is that Mexico? He talks, L-bag, I like him lean, but I know a lot of guys who are turned on by junk in the trunk. I'm not saying it's bad for me. Having to pump your butt up with things just doesn't seem right, but it's not going away. They have asked you a couple times, what do you think about Kevin Samuels? I like it when he holds women to the standards that they should be. I watch a little bit of his stuff. And I think his audience, he's almost to 1 million subscribers. I think he has audience that basically he wants to whip women to be traditional again. There's nothing wrong with that. He just does it in a different way. Filters changed the beauty standard from being about reproducing and making kids And now the beauty standards, whatever the AI filter says it is on the camera. Women get surgery to look like the filters. Well said. Well said. There's no wrinkles and cellulite. I'm with it. There you go. Ghost Princess, fish lips. Okay. Daffy Duck. There you go. Botox or Photox? Good one, Lisa. Mine started getting Botox mid-30s. In fact, it actually, for her, it looked okay because every time she would like not smile or frown, it looked like she was mad. And then Botox came and took the top 2 wrinkles away. It was actually better because I didn't have to think if she was mad or not. But then again, I didn't know what was under the wrinkles, if she was mad or whatnot. They can't. So it's very difficult for them to smile. I've seen women that have so much Botox and fillers, they can't even move their lips. It's like, it doesn't work. Pouty fish lips are a crime. I know because I've seen them. Oh, man. I'm staying Midtown until all this madness clears up. Just bought a motorcycle, could care less about the filth of today's world. The doghouse on his purpose. What kind of bike did you get? Beta simps are fighting each other on social media over the women's attention. Yes, they are. Does one have more chances to meet the Yeti or a Nawalt? A Yeti. How dare you? Guy at work had to quit his job after having SCX with his colleague who is married to another guy that works there. Jeez Louise. Don't dip the pen in the company ink. Rule number 1. Women only choose the blue pill men. The choice is subjective, Philip. They choose them, but they're desiring the other. Strong man. More women are on birth control. The birth control ages women aggressively. Women end their periods on birth control. That means no stem cell reproduction and aging faster. Now, I did know that. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's unfortunate that I'm 21 and I'm already getting forehead lines, but I just do my best to take care of my skin. You only get one body after all. We're all aging, you know. It's not like it just happens. But if you take care of yourself, like, you know, I've seen gals that look great at 35, 40, no wrinkles, nothing, but they say they use retinol or they stayed out of the sun. Use sunscreen. So, I mean, there's a lot of elements outside of makeup and fillers and so forth that could contribute. No alcohol is another big thing. Alcohol ages your skin real quick. That's probably why they all look that way, you know? Jeremy Bailey, the one that pisses me off are those who don't show full body pics. They tell you they're curvy, but you know full well their guts are going to be down by their knees and put right off dating apps. If you don't see if they only got a picture from their bust up, you know they're heavy. You know they're heavy, right, Jeremy? All the way from England. Latino women have better aging. I think so. I think their skin does much better. And black women as well. There's something about the darker skin that really helps them. Turns out sterilizing yourself is something that ages you fast as a woman. They found out that it damaged the hormone system permanently and causes cancers as well. Most women on birth control are ill. Ooh, I think you're onto something. You know, anytime that we're trying to mess with the human body to stop certain things from happening, there's got to be consequences. You know, a gal that gets a hysterectomy, whether it's warranted or not, maybe she's having really bad periods, but after the hysterectomy, they have to fix the hormonal issue. And that could be literally years upon years trying to get it right. So remove one thing only for something to happen on the back end, right? Temporary fill yourself with fillers only to have long-term weakened skin and muscles in the future. Or why not just, you know, accept yourself? That's the reality. When they're young, they get 0 alpha choices and some bitter beta males. She could look fat in them T-bars. Muffin tops are ugly. I'm not a huge fan. I agree. I think they have to refill the fluid in the implant. I remember this one gal that I knew. She wouldn't go skiing, snow skiing, or water skiing because she was scared her boobs would pop. It's the funniest thing I ever heard. Also, a recent birth control study, so if a woman's body is not producing stem cells through having a normal period and having a child, she will age faster and die sooner. Birth control is bad. No? I think birth control has lots of side effects, and it causes mental disorders. Yeah. You can thank birth control for crazy-eyed women every year. Yeah. I mean, birth control, anything that's foreign going into our bodies is not good. Even antidepressants. Now, I'm not saying don't be on it. If you're massively depressed, clinically depressed, then hopefully you have medication that helps. But most people are being assigned because they can't make it because, they're not getting, social media likes and so forth. So they get depressed and go on antidepressants. That screws your brain up like nobody's business. We got to watch everything we're doing. Drink water. Fasting is important. Exercise. What we intake into our bodies. Working on ourselves and being as natural as possible. That's how we stay out of this issue. Cheaper groceries. Hey, Rad, checked out Saifu. Funny stuff. Thanks for the recommendation. He's got some good stuff. Shout out to Rebel Tech and Gadgets. Love that name. Good to see you, brother. Went to the river 2 days with two 25-year-old cuties. They were talking about their old friend from high school who turned into a sugar daddy prostitute. Unreal. Why does that not surprise me, Timmy? Bugs Bunny with the butt lift. Have you noticed how many women chop their hair off once they are over 30? It's already the wall and premenopausal symptoms as they have poor lifestyles. Jedi Dark Force. Once you hit the wall, there's no going back. I remember seeing this one gal, 5 years ago. She was like 32. She looked all right. I would have guessed 28. And I saw her literally a week or two ago, and she has not aged well. I know she started drinking a lot, and 5 years has done a number on her. I would never have thought that. A Royal Enfield Meteor 350, the doghouse. Good for you, brother. That's probably bitching. Simping is a form of mental illness, nothing worse than being a simp. Simp is seeking the external validation of somebody that could never validate you internally. Don't be a simp. Be for you. Ghost Princess. Ghost Princess is married. How dare you? A very good contributor. Recon Plane will find them. Please link that information. Which one? Sadly, not being on birth control just isn't an option for many. Well, maybe waiting to having sex as a married person could help a woman not go on it if she was committed. But we're in an age of sexual intercourse, promiscuity, relations, and pros and cons, right? Okay. My friend got a hysterectomy from birth control, giving her cancer. It permanently changed her personality. Sadly, she went crazy and is off the rails. An American tragedy. She wanted to be a mom. Oof. I'm sure that happens a lot. Doctors lied and told her there were no symptoms of birth control. She was put on it as a teenager thanks to Planned Parenthood. I think it counts as mutilating kids when we do this. Well, it's fixing somebody, right? You're fixing something that should never be. Our biology says we shouldn't ever go on birth control. I mean, the only real birth control back when was either on the period or what did they use? Pig intestines for a condom back like 300-400 years ago. So that was it. You pro-FAP or pro-monk, I am whatever you think you need to be, and I believe moderation in all things. That's what I believe. I think there's positives to no FAP. I think there's positives to monk. I think there's positives to relationships that are sexual. Fasting helps slow down aging, they say. It sure damn does. Yes, it does. Okay, T-Tox says, I agree with you on messing with natural human biology. Everywhere you look, there's a cluster bee just around the corner. Guys, there's nothing, everything that's done today in the modern woman is a temporary fix. Breast implants have to come out. Butt implants have to come out. Taking 2 ribs out to make your waist smaller now has literally weakened your internal cavity by 30%. Dangerous. What happens if you get there's organs that need to come below the rib cage? Eyelashes, makeup, things in it, the chemicals does not help. You know, my ex-wife wore makeup, not a lot, but it clogged her pores, caused acne, caused her skin to redden, you know. But she found ways to she worked a pH balance makeup or whatever. But anyway, what I'm saying is the back end does not outweigh the front end. The front end pleasure, the front end, you know, dopamine does not equal great long-term effects. That's what I'm saying. And it ruins them. I think it changes their personality. Fasting makes you produce stem cells and slows your aging process by causing cell repair. And that terminology is called autophagy, which sets in about 12 hours after you fast. I just finished a 24-hour fast at 12 o'clock today. Went from 12 p.m. to 12 p.m. today. The day before I did a 20. I typically try to do 3 to 4 a week. I break them up. I'll do a 16, maybe a 24, back to an 18, and maybe a 17. And it definitely does help. It's great for repair. If you are sick, you fast. If a dog is sick, it won't eat or drink. It goes in the corner and just fasts it out. They know instinctively that fasting is the cure to all sickness. Well said. And it turns around your metabolism and makes it quicker. Rad, John Boston is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well out on the East Coast. Boston. Gal agrees to a date and then tells me the next day she has a boyfriend. What happened here? That is your classic modern day woman, friend. Wants your attention, but already has a boyfriend. And the boyfriend probably doesn't even know. You just summed up everything we've talked about. Amount of likes and messages they get is unreal. No question that. The fact is that going to the surgery room and paying is apparently easier than keeping a healthy lifestyle and eating clean. Wow. I would say that is 100% on par. The reality is it's hard to exercise. It's harder to eat asparagus and salmon than it is to go get chalupa at Taco Bell. Well said, Chris. I just think there's no point to birth control. It messes with you. It stops your period. Yeah. It depends on what outcome you want, right? Bro, but modern women are like those ancient wolves tamed into puppy dogs. Yes, they've been emasculated, my friend. They've believed that putting a woman on a pedestal or a relationship on a pedestal is what they should be doing, which is counterintuitive. They would get more women if they didn't put them on a pedestal and if they didn't chase them. Well, interesting. Recon plane will find them. They wanted $1,000 for a vasectomy. That sounds right. Used to be about 500, 400 to 500. Kicking it with Koj, getting a vasectomy or hysterectomy is free by most insurance. They would rather pay $12,000 for the surgery than the amount it would cost to raise a child. You are 100% correct there. It's funny how women use words like I'm thick and curvy instead of admitting they are fat and obese. Likes used to say when the man hears thick and curvy, he's thinking Salma Hayek, not effing Oprah. Kim Khan in the house. Thank you for that. You're right. I don't even understand why I live in Latino America. In here, it's for free. What's for free? What's for free? I've been fasting myself and I'm getting younger. Guys, I've been fasting for 5 years. It does wonders for your skin. It clears up so many different ailments. It makes the whites of your eyes whiter. It makes your metabolism that much. It increases testosterone. There's so many great benefits of intermittent fasting. And if you can do it 24 twice a week, that's even better. And they're not hard. Just drink water. Good for you, Matt. Butt implants. You serious, Rad? I am serious. And guys are getting weird implants. I heard that in the gay community, they're getting like 6-pack implants, bicep, tricep implants, back implants, shoulder implants, butt implants. I mean, that's even more delusional. You sometimes smoke pot for spiritual search? No. Hydration, moisturizing, rest, and sunblock smoking is the worst for your skin. It's sad to see so many young men mess up their face, mess up their faces with all these surgeries to look like snap filters. Yeah, Ghost Princess said it. They're all trying to look like they're filtered pictures. It just doesn't look good. It doesn't. It's not good for them. It's ruining their self-esteem. It's ruining their position in this biology chain of life that we have. It depresses them. It creates anxiety, competition syndrome, princess destiny syndrome, a homogenous thinking. You know, it's sad. Is water fasting the same thing as fasting? Water fasting is good, Matt, but if you really want a really good fast, I would do a hard drive fast, which is no water, no fluid, no contact with water, and no eating. It makes your body have to go and create from the fat cells and then the oxygen internal water, which is the purest water on earth, which it has, and that's what clears up a lot of ailments. Hard dry fast. Look at the research. It's amazing. They do it twice a month, and it's tough. You just sit and read and just wait and go to bed early. Sherman Smith, thanks, brother. Good to have you. Women retain sperm in their body and bones even after they die. Yeah, I mean, that sperm lives. So that is why, you know, it was always back in the day, one woman with one man for that reason. Unless the guy died in battle or something, but that's how life spread. He might have been with other women, but typically that woman is always loyal to that one guy. Now it's promiscuity. I guarantee women by their 30s now, 50, 70, 80 partners minimum. And that might be conservative. I am God. Rebel, what's up? Shout out to the whole chat. You too, brother. Good to have you. It shows an amazing amount of insecurity. I agree. The insecurity. I mean, you're dealing with, you go out with a woman that does all this. The insecurity piece is too much of a drama. I mean, she's sitting there just the whole time thinking how she can look younger, look better, look like that gal sitting next door. It just doesn't make for meaningful conversation or dialect. Red Mind Man in the house. Good to see you. How's a woman your age if she gets 500 likes a day? How's a woman yours if she gets 500? She's not. She's not, Lone Wolf. Got 47 people in this chat and 16 like. Come on, get the engagement up. Let's go. Thank you, brother. Birth control is used for a lot of reasons besides preventing. Not that I agree with it, but I got it at 15. Yeah, chicks with bad periods. I know my daughter had really bad periods, and she went on it. I don't know what happened, but I think it did help. But again, there are side effects to everything. My new favorite streamer, MGTOW Cowboy. How are you, Rad? I just saw your video about, was it Don't Drive Drunk? You're going to get some more beer. But did you say what kind of beer you were getting? I can't remember. Scissors are $1 at Dollar Tree. Rad, a friend of mine used a dating site. He showed me there are way more women in the 55 to 65 range than there is from 45 to 55. He said the older women always come after him, and he's 50. It's got to be tough. I mean, if you got a heart, you just got to think, man, a 55 to 65-year-old woman on a dating site, she probably divorced her husband or she went through a divorce. You know, did it work out for you? How did it work out for you? You know, with all the nagging and the issues of I could be better, I could have a happier life, did that really work out for you? Because I tell you, mine didn't. For me, life is a lot better because I'm on purpose. I'm doing things that I like to do and chase excellence, and I like to make myself better and travel. But do I miss my family? 100%. Do I miss my kids and a son? 100%. You know? But I know she chose it, and she decided that her life would be better, and it hasn't turned out that way. I don't think so. All that does is make them look like gay Ken dolls. That's all that does. Yep. Guys, supposedly in the homosexual population, they're getting massive amounts of surgeries, plastic surgery, you name it. I heard this on another podcast. Women need to run their mouths less and on the treadmill more. Isn't that? I think those are, you know what? That would make another good shirt. You come up with a lot of good stuff, Lisa. Women run their mouths less, run more on the treadmill, run your mouth less and run the treadmill more. Oh, that would be great. That would be a great title of a book. I guarantee if that title of a book was in an airport, sitting on one of those, newsstands that sells snacks and stuff, it's always out in the middle. I bet that would just be a hit. And it would be a hit for people would be so pissed about it and so happy about it. Men would buy it. Women would be angry. The author would have literally, he'd be on Oprah. He'd be everywhere. He'd get so much press from it. Michael Cook is in the house. Too many implants. Would agree. If one self-identifies as a trans woman but lesbian and with balls and a schlong, could one Me Too Joe Biden? Now you're sounding like Mysterio. I don't know. All you need is pheromone butt soap, says MGTOW Cowboy. It's expensive soap. Like $15 a bar or something. I'll take imperfect real over fake any day, says Red Mind. And me too. Women's hive thinking reminds me of the Borg. The filters, the makeup, the surgery implant, it all reminds me of this skit I watched from the 70s about the Crypt Keeper. The joke was that everything was sexual, but the only payoff was death. The long-term side effects of the enhancement world is not, we don't even know what Botox looks like. They say they have 20 years of it. Nobody knows in 50 years what's going to happen. Again, it's a poison you're injecting. Okay? Now, I go either way. Depends on how much they put in. But I would never do it. I think fillers are not worth it. The fillers have too many issues. And as you said, fillers and all this crap makes them want to look like they're filters. What a big constant loop. Don't drop the soap. Gotta run, says Matt. See you later, brother. Rad, have you ever actually seen Carmen in real life? I wonder if the cops, the system that do wrong to men will ever chew on what they did to others. Well, I have. My attorney was representing a judge, a family court judge in his own divorce, who was being taken to the cleaners. So a guy that was assigning custody and assets to women was now being taken to the cleaners as well. So I have seen it. While fasting, not contact with water. So you don't take a bath while fasting and you do not brush your teeth. Take a look at it. It's called hard dry fast. I would tell you to start at 10 o'clock. From 8 to 10, eat a large piece of steak, some good food, ton of water, take a shower, brush your teeth, and don't do anything till the next day. It's easy. The Crypt Keeper kept trying to look young but couldn't, no matter what it used. So the Crypt Keeper could not get a family, and it was sort of a joke about women and men using surgeries in America. Makes perfect sense. 9 out of 10 commercials are aimed at women, says Timmy. Indoctrination to spend it all and never save. Go to a department store. 90% of it is geared to the likes and tastes of women. What do we have in our department? There's always go to Macy's or something. Yeah, they got some great clothes. They sell Vans and Quicksilver, things I like, Levi's. But then they have that little table. It's got some widget that's a knife that's got a flashlight on it, like Father's Day presents. We like things that start with spark plugs, create fires, are strong and loud. But you can't buy those at a department store. But you can buy an air fryer. How do women's bodies retain sperm like that, Michael Cook? It's just part of the DNA. Part of the DNA. Do you think H.I. Bechica was created in a lab or was cause of a horny? Hell, I don't know. Good question. Who knows? I had bad periods and they put me on birth control. People used to know women who had harsh periods and they would get time off work. Now we sterilize and shove them onto the workforce anyways. Women are treated like men instead of people understanding women are more delicate. They definitely have a different body structure than men. Easier to stop the period and destroy her body and make her work than to help her and care for her. That's the problem with birth control. It is used as a way to not have to deal with women's biological needs. I was almost rendered barren by this. Birth control is a bad thing, in my opinion, based on my lived experience, and you have lived it. Thanks for sharing that. 800 grams of protein a day. Recon Plane will find them. You've got a lot of testosterone in that body. How, if they get the better side of it, I mean, work off time because of her period, the privilege of working over the privilege of time because they are not. Well, I think this is what Ghost Princess, I think, is saying. There is a gender role where a woman should be home taking care of family instead of working, typically in a traditional world. But now getting on birth control, getting hysterectomy is causing them to work. Where if everybody followed that, there would be it'd be the 40s and the 50s all over again, right? Women would be home nurturing. They wouldn't have to be working all day because the man would be providing. There's lots of interesting connections between working and debt and two-income households and everything. Rad, my ex did the same as your wife. Now she's miserable and she destroyed a family. Seriously, women need a psychiatrist, not an attorney. Absolutely, John. I'm a lot happier. I went through my own hell, but you got to work on yourself. You cannot seek validation from a wife or a husband. You got to be solid on your purpose first. Alex M., thank you for your advice. I've been working out and feeling a lot better. Good for you. I'm looking for a hobby, one that is productive. Thanks again. Lots of things you can do, brother. Lots of things. I don't think it's a privilege that I was almost sterilized for life to work for a corporation. I think it's evil. The love of money is the root of all evil. Would agree. Have you ever tried fermented vegetables? I have. I make it on the regular. Spicy fermented asparagus is delicious, so good and healthy. I've never made it, but I've had it out at a restaurant. Cheaper groceries. I'll have to try it. Pick your choice, feminism or Mohammed. Well, Mohammed. Mohammed was a prophet, as was Jesus, as was Krishna, right? Those Botox implants are going to explode like a peace leaf fills it within 25 years. I'm telling you, we don't know. We don't know the side effects. We don't even know the side effects of people that go on testosterone. It sounds great, but I've heard stories that there's a reason men begin to lose testosterone biologically, naturally, as they age. Is low T, I don't know, there's pros and cons. I have friends on it. I have friends that aren't on it. I don't know. But even testosterone injections at age 50, 60, what are the long-term effects? We don't know, because it's only gotten popular, really popular within the last 5 to 10 years. Working in a comfortable and safe world built by men, and then if women cannot work as well as men because of the period, get time off. Wives can kill a husband and not get caught. All right, guys, we're good with that. I don't think she's saying it's the same as men or women. Let's keep it cool. It may have already been said, but the main problem with fake up is when it changes the appearance of a person's bone structure. A small amount of makeup as an enhancement of real features is fine. Yeah, and I tell you what, you can tell. There's something about like all that caked on, it just makes me gross. It makes me barf. But a little, like a Jennifer Aniston, I have no problem. I'm not saying don't wear makeup. I'm saying don't cake your face on. Don't hide shit. Enhance your beauty. Well said, Red Man. In regards to karma, I went after the ex's attorney and took serious business from them. They ended up quitting the case. Attorneys are such asses and only want your assets. They are only in business because of a woman or a man divorcing their spouse. Creating features is the issue. Enhancing them is not. Right. When I was married, I used to insist my husband that I wanted to get my nose done. He was always replied that he loved the way it is. I always found that cute. Mine wanted breast implants, and I said, you look great without them. I don't care. Why do you want them? Why? Because all of her friends were getting them. She never got them when she was married to me. I wouldn't stand for it. You must have a good husband, Chris. It took me 7 years just to get pregnant. Thanks for being forced on birth control. This is genital mutilation through pill form. I would not trade my kid for an air-conditioned job. Good for you. I hope you're at home. It sounds like you are and taking good care of your family. My mother never worked, was always happy and nurturing, and same with mine. I was lucky to have my mother welcome me home from 7th and 8th grade and 6th grade and 4th grade with cookies and milk. That was it. She knew her place. She loved it. She loved to be a nurturer. Women are forced in the birth scheme. They take it willingly and freely, or else it's an oppression. Well, she was 15 when she took it, and maybe at that age didn't know when she was forced into it by doctors and parents. We don't know. Yep. Teens can't consent. Oh, yeah. I mean, my kid, yeah. Makeup, fake up, it's witchcraft, says David Cummings. Good to have you. If a man marries a woman, he will love her the way she is and accept her insecurities. Some women will use a man's insecurity. I agree. Guy falls in love with a woman for, well, hopefully he doesn't fall in love with a fake woman, but a natural woman. Yeah. All right, I'm not going to read that. If only I eat a lot of meat and fat with minerals like zinc, I'm also horny. Yeah. I mean, it's all diet. It's all to diet. Women's right was a mistake. No to fake up, says he. Walk in the sun naked, says Recon Plain. I heard Jordan Peterson say in one of his lectures that a rejection from a woman should wake up men to take care of themselves, and that it's Mother Nature rejecting weaker genes. What do you think? I agree. Did a video on rejection. Rejection helps you become stronger if you let it. And thanks for the comment, Shayan Raj, and thanks for being here. Makeup is not witchcraft. It's a form of psychological manipulation. Changing the appearance. I would call it potential deception. MGTOW Cowboy, well said. Fundamentally, you're right. See the Book of Enoch. Open their eyes in the house. MGTOW is gaining traction for a very good reason. Men have wised up. More men are learning the true nature of life. I use rose water and makeup, but after 10 minutes, it's like, okay, what am I doing with my life? I have stuff to do. There you go. It takes you 10 minutes. I like those chicks that take over an hour to do makeup. What are you doing? I wish I had that kind of free time. Chat is controversial today. Yeah, let's keep out the controversy in terms of, what needs to be done or has to be done. But the reality is this. If you're trying to change your appearance for others, you will be miserable and you will have anxiety and depression. The long-term side effects of what these things do is not good. We can say that. Anytime you're adding something foreign to your body, it's not good. Gladius is in the house. Good to have you. But the reality is we can control how we are. We have to be internally validated first, right? We've got to think good about ourselves. We got to be on purpose, chase excellence. We got to know our gender roles. We got to be healthy, take care of ourselves, not look for the quick fix. Everyone's looking for the quick fix. They want to drop 5 pounds in a weekend so they can fit in a dress. Well, that 5 pounds, they can go to a sauna and lose 3 pounds of water, but the moment they take a sip, it's all back. You have to, making your appearance better naturally is difficult. It's not easy. It takes discipline. Going to the gym, eating well, fasting, having a solid mental state, not drinking alcohol to escape, not smoking, not hiding, getting out, meeting people, battling your internal issues. That's what we're talking about. But it's so easy for women today to hide everything under the guise of surgery, makeup, fillers, Botox, right? That's what we're talking about. And it doesn't help the self-esteem. In fact, that's probably why there's so much antidepressant and anxiety medication being, prescribed. Doesn't look good. It's true to an extent, but social media is interfering with Mother Earth and making women reject men at unreasonable levels all they can see anymore is Giga Chads. 100%. 100%. It's completely changing the neurochemistry of our brains, our psychological chemistry, our personalities. Social media is a drug, guys. Everyone wants results immediately, says Don't Quit, Persevere. Makes total sense. To the red mind man, absolutely. Kay Solo is in the house. Kay, tell me where you're from again. We all have to become Giga Chad. It's gonna eventually, the pendulum will swing. I don't know when, but something's gonna happen where, and then maybe it won't swing back. You never know. Do you agree with this statement? Hustling is the key to success, or money is the key to sex, Rad? Do you agree with this statement? Hustling is the key to success. Hustling, yes. And I would believe that money is one of the keys to sex if you have lots of it. Because Tom Likas has money, but he also had status too. And he was heavy. Got some housewife things to do. Rad, stay good. Have a great day. Sewing and gardening. Have a great day, and great to have you again. No matter how many guys go their own way, it's still very much a blue-pilled world out there. I think our world is 98% blue pill. Right? I think more and more people are waking up, but there's also a lot of guys that consider themselves red pill running back to the plantation because they get a girlfriend. Then they become purple pill. Then they slowly get back into the whole issue, right? John Boston, I knew a woman after 3 kids got breast implants. She's married, and I question why she got them. Well, they say it's because their breasts, the breastfeeding lowered and, stretched them out. Mine said the same thing. There's truth to that. But typically, every woman I know that got a breast implant married or after having kids left her husband. Is there a coincidence? They get more attention. That's it. Chi-Town. Awesome, brother. Awesome. The lights will go out the same. At some point, she'll be willing to settle for Sammy Boy, Soy Boy, but she'll still yearn for Giga Chad. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Makeup is a $500 billion industry for a reason, says Red Pill Medicine. It hides all women's flaws looks-wise. We all know women class their status based on their looks and how far it will get them. It is a gigantic industry, just I think in the product itself, and then all of the talk shows and the consultants that sell it. I mean, it's huge, huge. I'm on the topic. I think makeup and prosthetics add to the increasing delusion in modern women's expectation by giving them the illusion of a more physically attractive appearance. You hit it on the head. The delusion to the illusion will end up in the exclusion in later in life from men. FJT is in the house. Good to have my brother here. Good to have everybody. FJT in New Jersey, dealing with psychotic voicemails. Hablando el español. Men are raised to be disposable. Work, wars, divorce, suicide. When a man wakes up, goes his own way, his life is to enjoy. Timmy Kramer learning from his uncle not to get married. Timmy Kramer's birthday the other day. Happy birthday, Timmy. Makeup industry is big business. The illusion industry is big business. You don't need to go see David Copperfield or Lance Burton or Chris Angel. You can go to the neighborhood grocery store to see magicians. No self-respecting man wears fake up. You find us as you see us. No deception with women. You never know what you're getting till the morning she cleaned that shit off. Red Pill Medicine, laying down the truth. Gents, MGTOW Life is in the house. How's MGTOW Life doing? We are behind our brother. Did some shooting today. Good for you. Finally got my mind clear. Writing does that, and so does shooting. Take your mind off and put your mind on something that makes you feel powerful and happy and peaceful. Good job, brother. Surprised you didn't have any guys on your, all the liberals coming after your bullets saying you were committing a crime, shooting your God-given right. But that's California, right? Exacto, amigo, ya tú sabes, yo también. Have you heard of Selko? He survived the Balkan War of the 90s in a city under siege. He said women still pay top dollar for things like makeup and perfume. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Anything to feel normal, red mind man. We like natural. Men like natural beauty. Think about it. We like natural beauty. A woman that's not tattooed. A woman that's not fake. A woman that owns her femininity. That wants to be the co-pilot. Very difficult to find. Call me Kuna's in the house. Good to have you, brother. Women are absolute masters of illusion, says MGTOW Life, both in looks and in what they say. I'm at 90% now and better all the time. I got this. Hell yeah, you do. Good. That's so awesome. I think you go back to work in the fall, right? September. I have a friend that refused to breastfeed her 2 babies just not to lose her firm boobs. That's ridiculous. Jeez. My mother-in-law did not, ex-mother-in-law did not, for the same reason back in the 70s. But then again, they had the formula. That was the big new thing back then. Like, why would formula be better than natural milk? I never understood that argument. My mother breastfed me, and that's probably why I haven't been sick very much in my life. Okay. Rad, I went to get a haircut this place. Every woman that was in the building was obese. Blowing up like the Goodyear blimp. She got a bag full of Twizzlers and a bus pass in the other hand, and she's carrying around a bad attitude. I always bring my 50 caliber Smith & Wesson. To be honest, it scares them, which works for me. Good for you, brother. Health implication for both mother and baby. The selfishness is outstanding. Don't spread them if you don't want the responsibility. Isn't that interesting? You get pregnant, but you won't follow through with what your biology tells you. You have breasts for one reason only, to attract 2 reasons, to attract men and to feed babies. They are utilities for the most part. And that's what keeps babies healthy. But yet people go away from that. It just makes no sense. Again, it's probably part of the whole conspiracy formula. I know some women cannot produce milk, and for that, that's important. They can also get milk from others as well. Stay on your purpose, boys, says Jeb Roll. Girls do not like needy guys. Learn how to be able to seduce girls who are at least at her level. That's the game. Jeb Roll. Don't give them attention. They will seek yours. You give them attention, they will not seek yours. FJT, shouting out to MGTOW Life. Andrew Briggs in the house. What's the best way to get rid of bad habits? It depends. Let's say you drink a lot. That's a bad habit. You just can't stop drinking. So maybe you drink a 6-pack today. You drink 5.5 tomorrow. You slowly wean yourself off of it. That's the way. And also put a nice visual in your head, an imaginary scene where you're habit-free. What's it feel like to be habit-free? What do you feel like when that bad habit's gone? How does it make you feel? Live in that end. Live in that scene in your mind. That'll help. My ex resented me for her body post-pregnancy. A lot of women don't like their bodies after the pregnancy. I will get an extension on my disability very soon and back to paying taxes instead of collecting taxes. I can't tell you how many times I have to call and make sure they pay me. It's like every time. It's the government. The old good government going to take care of us. Chad can suck on them, but not the baby. Goodbye, Western civilization, says Nick O. Nick O. Mysterio, there he is. I was wondering where you were at. Good to have you in the house, all the way from Canada. We salute the Queen. and the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Remind me to bring my 50 calories when we meet up. If you haven't shot one, it's so violent. It's wonderful. I can't wait. Can't wait. Have you ever had a cigar or smoked anything in your life? I have never touched a cigarette or smoked a cigar ever. And I never will. Something about smoking is not down with that. I'll go to the range with you anytime. I'm always willing to refine my skills. Well, it looks like you got a bullseye right there on your avatar. Good for you. Tell what kind of gun do you shoot? Do you believe men should have the right to legally reject paternity obligations, aka male abortion? It'd be nice for them to have the right, but where do we live and what country do we live in where it's the Western civilization has all women's right as the trump of all rights? Women's rights will trump everything a man has. So I guess it really doesn't matter. The only thing a man can do is potentially wear a condom. That could break and and take the condom when he leaves. That's it. Or not get involved. Okay, you're absolutely right. Smoking will age you like nobody's business. And it makes your skin look yellow, your teeth look yellow, you have a different voice. You got a gargly voice. It's not healthy. Hey, Rad, the other day I got eye graped by two post-well soggy Latinas. They were both smokers and one had blue hair. Ooh. I was thinking to myself, yuck, why can't they be better looking? That's the delusion. That's what we're talking about. These saggy, unattractive women think they can get FJT. They're princesses. Remember, they're 49ers. 4s that think they're probably 29ers at this point. 2s that think they're 9s. Postpartum body is shocking for every woman, but that's the natural consequence of giving birth. In my case, I really love breastfeeding my two babies. Best experience ever. Well, they bond with you, and they're healthier, right? And that's just a result. Your body is a result of carrying two life forms, which is the most amazing thing a woman can give to this world. And just to say that, it probably pisses women off because they should be outside of the home and becoming CEOs. Bullshit. The most amazing thing a woman can do is birth and be loyal to the man that gives her the ability to bring children and life into this world. We need more people like Chris and Kay and Lisa Smith and Ghost Princess and Marcella. Don't start smoking. I smoked for 8 years. Biggest regret I have. I'm glad you quit. Women decide who gets born or killed coming in this life. No two ways about it. Men are not the majority of the killers in this world. And we're talking about the big word that starts with an A and ends in a shun. And I am anti the removal of life of a baby in the womb. I'd prefer to be a traditional wife mother, but it's difficult to sustain a family on just one source of income now. It's a lot harder now, especially with the housing prices. Luckily, I got a house we bought a house in 1998, and we've done very well with our real estate. But I can't imagine paying $750,000 for a house. Well, the interest rates are 2.5%. But still, you're paying $4,000 a month for a mortgage. Can't even imagine that. Ask Timmy Kramer. I respect modern women who still breastfeed. It's very rare. Both my kids were. It is very rare. We all got to get down there, guys. I just booked a trip for Mexico in July. So I'll be doing some videos from the La Playa. I'd love to hear from women in the chat. Why are women today so unhappy in life? Because they have to live up to an illusion. They were probably raised by not very solid parents. Most likely a father was not involved. Or if the father was involved, he was basically, set aside. Just my opinion, outlaw adultery, outlaw abortion, outlaw paternity fraud, outlaw no-fault divorce, make 50-50 custody default. I would agree with you, Red Mine Man, 100%, brother. Even ride the Indian. Beware that Indian is 875 pounds. It's a beast. We should have an event where MGTOW Life and who's the other one that got the Meteor 350? Everybody hangs out, shoots guns, enjoys life. If you could not have bio kids with your ex, would you have adopted to get that father feel or just do Big Brother? I would have been a Big Brother. I don't think I could adopt. I would just feel like, I don't know. Just knowing in the background that I'm not biological. Now, there are some good step parents that I know that have come out, that I've got friends that had a stepdad. But, at the end of the day, he was not first. And it was a different world 45 years ago. Uncle Sam helped me fall in love with the M16. Nothing wrong with a powerful weapon. For that reason, I would argue modern capitalism is also super destructive to traditional family dynamics. Well, yeah, absolutely. That's a great argument. In fact, I believe that argument. The fact that two parents have to leave the house and have kids be raised latchkey kids or raised in childcare, and there's power struggles with who earns more, it's destroyed the family. My mother never worked outside of the home. My dad would never allow it. He was all about him providing. My mom's job was to be the mother, caretaker, and when Dad got home, we had family dinner every night. Every night, at least 5 nights a week. When I got in high school and we had sports and stuff, it was a little bit harder. But my mom knew her role, and she still loved her role. I wish that was. And my mom graduated college. She was a school teacher for 2 years in the 60s. But when she had kids, my dad said, "You're done." She never went back to school. I'm looking forward to it. Not sure when I'll be back on the West Coast. Well, let us know. We can all meet down there. Is it okay to hit a woman if she hits you first? I would try to recommend against not striking back. If it's life-threatening, then you're going to have to do something. I would get out of that situation as soon as possible, because the odds of you striking a woman, regardless if it's self-defense, does not have very strong implications for you in the court. Only if it's life or death would I do that. I would just get the hell out. As quick as possible. Let her hit you in the eye, just get the hell out. Whatever. Kick in the nuts. I wouldn't fight back. I'd get out of that situation as quick as possible. Is it just me, or do women want to adopt more often than men do? No, women will take on another guy's kids more than men. The reason why so many women hide behind makeup is because they don't want the world to see the ugly, resentful creatures they have become. Beauty is feminine. Yes, when a woman takes on masculine traits in her personality, it definitely, makeup hides those ugly parts of them. A woman should really be feminine in everything and know her feminine role. That's what I don't think I can make an argument anymore. Your thoughts on dating single moms? I wouldn't date them. I've gone out with single moms, but I only hang out with them 2-3 times. That's it. You're going to be last, always. The baby daddy will always be in the picture. You are not the father. You're the provider. You're just last. Unfortunately, that's the reality. You come before everything. Or you come last. Everything comes before you. So I would not do it. I was raised with a mother at home, and thank God. Good for you, man. We're lucky. Those that have been raised with a solid parent structure. None of my male friends are on any type of drugs that I know of. They also have not taken antidepressants. Female dating partners have had some sort of med thing. Oh, yeah. Lots of women are on head meds. Shout out to your mom and dad. Thank you, brother. Why so serious? Let's turn that frown upside down. Let's turn that frown upside down. Mimsy Limbs. Hey, where are you from? Good to have you. Have you ever dated a woman that was a cop? No. No. You think hairstylists, therapists, massage therapists, nurses, and What's the other one? Estheticians, never date a cop. Ooh, no, no. Beauty is within. Well said, Mimsy. Why are feminists downplaying the traditional roles women should play in society? Because, Cheyenne, equality is a very wonderful buzzword, and it has been for the last 40 years. But equality is not a real word. We are equal in the eyes of God as spiritual consciousness. We are not equal in physicality or psychology or maturity. But for some reason, equality, we're all equal. Look at the commercials. Did you see that commercial with the chick from the U.S. soccer team? She was running against Michael, was it Usain Bolt, thinking she could keep up with him? It's everywhere. Brad, your mom and mine sound as though they were siblings. She passed, but she was a lot like yours. My mom is still alive, and she's great. We talk a couple times a week, and she's really upset that I'm divorced, and she feels really bad, but, so is my two other siblings. My mom wasn't the greatest cook, but she always made chili and tater tot casserole, and she would come and scratch my back. I was the second of 6 every night and ask me about life. I have no qualms how my mother raised me. And you know what? My mother always said, I'd say, I want to spend the night at Peter's house. Go ask your father. If your father says yes, okay. And my dad would say the same thing. Go ask your mother. If she says yes, okay. They were always unified. Whereas when I raised my kids, it was always a disunification. When I said no because your chores weren't done, you can't go to your little friend's house, she would jump in and say that I was too mean. And having no accountability. All these filters are because they cannot embrace their natural beauty. We would agree. Nimsy, where are you from? I think J-Lo wears too much makeup. I think so. I'm not a fan of J-Lo. Everyone's like all worshiping her. I'm not into her. I like the Jennifer Aniston look. Been there, done that. Sadly, it was split-second reaction, self-defense, but I would say just immediately leave the vicinity and file a police report. Exactly. You got to get out. Take pictures of any red marks or bruises and keep them. Press charges to the fullest extent if the opportunity arises. I prefer to stay away from women, which is easy to be honest. I make them pay half and they ghost me. No biggie. And next. Or as in the movies, you would say, and cut. Women wear makeup to make themselves look sexually attractive, says Harry Callaghan. Yes. And that bamboozles the majority of men. A feminine woman with very light makeup, less is more, that looks good, that takes care of herself, that has natural glowing skin because she eats well, doesn't smoke, doesn't drink like a fish, is feminine in her personality and her psychology, is the most gorgeous woman in the world. Simple as that. What are your thoughts on female bodybuilders? Weird. I do not like it. They look like men. Any guy that's into a female, the muscles, the CrossFit women, they don't, come on. I want a feminine woman. Now, a toned woman is completely different, but not muscles bulging that are bigger than mine. No, gross. That remind me of a man. Just imagine laying down and making out with a woman whose muscles are bigger than yours. You want a soft, supple skin that's beautiful and toned and, a nice figure. You don't want Hulk Hogan that became a woman. Rad McTella, if you guys ever plan to come to the PA, New Jersey, let me know. Dinner, drinks, and POA sub on me. And make sure you have a bag of Twizzlers. Happy Father's Day as well to all those. Thank you, Mysterio. Never date a cop. I dated a woman that was a hoe. That's funny. That would be a good shirt too. I dated a 30 whore. 304. No. No bodybuilders. No cops. No military chicks. Absolutely. Jose el Burro. My friend just got engaged to a female preacher. How does that just not sit right? What is that? The priesthood was always for men in the Bible, right? El sacerdocio was priesthood based. And it just, again, a female preacher to me is like a female bodybuilder. It just doesn't sit well. I just found out my boyfriend's ex is pregnant with her second kid from a second guy. He dodged a bullet. He dodged a bullet for sure. Chris Escandel, the fat guy's that internal beauty doesn't show up in pictures, and that's why we use makeup. Now, makeup is not, less is more. I'm not saying get rid of makeup. I'm talking the fake up where it's so thick and hides everything. You can enhance yourself with makeup. A little bit of eyeshadow and eyeliner. I'm cool with that. But it's where it gets literally clown makeup. Clown makeup. You know, sometimes natural beauty is natural beauty when it comes off at night. I mean, I remember my ex, she was a very attractive woman with or without her makeup. I mean, she looked definitely enhanced with makeup, but she didn't scare me away. But a lot of gals today, when they take that off, they look scary. We're all equal in that we're all made in his image and likeness, says Mimsy. 100%. That is where our equality exists. Will you have your kids with you on Father's Day? Does it mean anything? I will have my 2 boys, and my daughter might show up, hit and miss with her, but we'll probably go shoot and have some steak. Mysterio. I've always wanted that expensive PUA soap. I wonder, anyone try that soap? What's your mom like personality-wise? She's very nurturing, loving, very happy, loves to give unto others, very giving of a woman, doesn't follow the trend. My ex-wife was a horrible cook, horrible vet, but she was epic at spending money that wasn't hers. At least she had one talent. If you're not a male model material, you're invisible to most women, says Harry Callaghan. I would probably agree with that. When Satan tempted Eve to eat the fruit, he destroyed the natural order of women. I have heard a theory that the periods came about when Eve ate of the tree of good, fruit of good, tree of fruit of knowledge, whatever the hell that's called. Google that. It's very interesting that the period would came about because of Eve. I don't know if I believe it, but it was just interesting. Aaron, good to have you. Jennifer Aniston's look is more natural than most. Love her look now more than 20 years ago. I think she looks great. I really do. That is what I'm talking about. She wears makeup, but less is more. It's better to live on the corner of a roof than to live with a contentious woman. 100% MGTOW Cowboy. She was the cutest chick. And she just seemed like she just was a very feminine woman. She just seemed. I don't know. Who knows? She just seemed that way. I'd want a soft body on a woman, jiggly. Soft and supple. I still can't get what people see in J-Lo. All women her age and her age, Mariah Carey, etc., would be bar rejects if not for their fame. I don't think Mariah Carey looks good at all. Filters make women look mentally retarded. Fillers make women look artificial, and make-up crosses the line and becomes fake up. She screams, I'm stupid, pay me attention. Lord Spawn in the house, laying it down. There's a reason they joined traditional male organizations. That reason usually involves daddy issues and enough attitude to fill up an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Prepared to be incarcerated. Red Mind Man dropping some truth. Sometimes they find religion. Young whore, old church goer. Jefe Salcero. Well said. Yes, and she didn't get all that bad. That's what a dietitian and a dedicated exercise routine does for a woman. Then again, if she's got fat, no acting roles. That's fat. If she's got fat, no acting for you. Why is a woman in a committed relationship showing me so much interest? Because she seeks your attention, Harry. Doesn't matter if they're married or in a relationship. Constantly, the majority seek the attention of other men. Mine did, and she was married to me. She's younger than me also. 2 children from 2 men at 20. That is a damaged train you do not want to hook your caboose to. Monkey branching. Yep. Chris Escandel has natural beauty, not over the top. She is Latina from Mexico. No, she also owns her femininity, knows her place in society. And I think her husband passed away. Why do women shape their eyebrows? I don't know, but it's disgusting. I like a natural eyebrow where it's not too thin, it's not too bushy, just perfect. And they do pluck their eyebrows and they do cut them down. That's okay. But I can't stand those like skinny stripes that they paint on. Ugh, gross. Will you do a live stream on Father's Day? I don't know yet, Mysterio. Maybe. I've tried that Dr. Squatch soap as a splurge for self-care. It's expensive, but it smells just like their Azay. I'm thinking about getting some of that. I want their that peppermint. I think they have a mint one. What is it, $15? You can always feel the self-serving spirit oozing out of female preachers. It just never felt genuine, call me coon. It's weird. Again, the priesthood in the Bible is masculine, War goat in the house. Women only soften up on the average man once they're at 10 years past the wall. Maybe, but I would say 20 years. If that. But the attitude is adjusting now because everyone's a princess. Post-nut clarity is a real thing. The minute you blow your load, you want to get away from women. Sad but true. Agree. If the devil is real, how does the devil get around God? Existential questions, Mysterio. I think the devil is within. I think the devil is in the illusion. Just lurking. Do female animals have periods? Might be onto something here. I don't know. Good question. That's a really good question. Check it out. There was a female cop from the gym that invited me to go to Comic-Con with her. I think she secretly wanted to get freaky with me. I declined. Never date a cop. 100% for FJT. I would not go there. No way. She don't like you. She'll have a couple of uniformed guys showing up at your house claiming something. I won't have my son on Father's Day weekend, which is the norm. He lives too far away. I'm not alone on this. No pity or whatnot, just facts. Hopefully you can speak to him on the phone. The woman's getting married to the dude. Jeez. I see way more women on Facebook than men. I only use my Facebook to bookmark things and interact with my rock and roll groups. It's attention. It's what it is. Enjoy your day anyway to MGTOW life. What makes a great player, be it a drummer or guitarist? Gotta go guitar. Although I do love the drums. Then her behavior proves she is already planning to divorce him and you are a future exit plan. Or you're just you're a side hustle. I'm jealous of you, Rad. My mom was a drug addict criminal who lost over $1 million after taking my dad in divorce. I'm sorry to hear that, but guess what? You have awareness now and you've gone through something that your channel can help others. Give back, right? Greg Adams grew up with a single mother and he's given back as much as he can. And that's all that matters. We don't live in the past. We live in the present. We allow the past to be the past. We take the good and leave the bad. You're not alone in that. There's a lot of parents that weren't good role models for their kids. Hang in there. Don't Get Married, Boys is a very good piece of wisdom. What game show would you want to go on? Jeopardy. I like Jeopardy. Alex Trebek. If you want to date a female cop, at least become a male cop so you can arrest her when she tries to arrest you. You'll be bigger and stronger. Most women are narcissists. Potentially. Okay. Does the brand Sex Wax have soap in their catalog? I used to use Mr. Zog's Sex Wax on my skateboard and the curves when I was skateboarding the curves. Off to bed now. Thanks for the stream, Kay. I forget where Kay's from. Good to have you. What books capture your attention lately? Power of Positive Thinking by Joseph Campbell. Neville Goddard's Feeling is the Secret. Joel Goldstein, The Invisible Supply. Joel Goldstein. Arnold Patton, The Journey. Busting Loose from the Money Game by Robert Scheinfeld. I'll FaceTime him or write the Indian to him. Good for you. Billy knows you love him. That's all that matters. I asked a girl once. She gave me her Facebook. I thought she was interested in me. She turns out she just wanted to use me as a male orbiter. No surprise there, Harry. Kevin Samuels also grew up with a single mom. He's doing pretty good for himself. He is. See you later, Red Mind Man. I am God. Women more likely invented hygiene so I can understand grooming themselves. The problem is when they start shape-shifting and transforming like Optimus Prime and call it self-care. It's deception. Joseph Campbell was ahead of his time. Yes, he was. Very well. I'm heading to South Carolina tomorrow to hang with my son for early Father's Day. I'm stoked. He is a fine man who I love dearly. Good for you, T-Tops. Guys, this is the end of the stream here. You guys have been wonderful. Remember, chase excellence, masculinity, men first. I'm out.